Okay, super.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good.
All right. Perfect. Awesome. Redia.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of
Hello.
Happy Hour with Karnaticon. Today, we're joined by Praveen. Hi, Praveen.
Hi. Hi. Everybody.
Mm,
Namaskaram.
Vanakkam. I'm just going to,
Come.
tell you guys a little bit more about Praveen. Praveen was actually born to a very passionate Mridangist, Sri Narayana Swami, who's a disciple of Vidwan Sri Guruvayur Durai. His father was his first guru, so rhythm is obviously in his blood. He is a disciple of Sri Muthukumar. Over the past 15 years, he's been learning tabla, and he's also currently learning from Pandit Ramdas Pal Sule from Pune. Praveen plays Indian as well as world percussion instruments. He's actually performed with the renowned mandolin Vidwan U. Rajesh, who is the brother of legendary mandolin U. Srinivas. He's also been a part of Rajesh's band, Karma the band. Is that right?
Yes. Karma Daban.
Karma the
Let's keep
band.
the bio. Let's keep the bio aside and let's talk.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. We can talk more and I'll find out more about you in
Yeah.
that. But you've done some pretty cool things. So, I'll let you introduce yourself a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more about yourself, your background, your gurus, and everything.
Okay. So basically, I come from a musical family. My father, Sri Narayan Swami, is a mridangam player.
Mm-hmm.
Is well known in the dance, the classical dance Bharatanatyam circle in Bangalore, and he's been playing for over 35-40 years, and
Nice.
he's still performing a lot. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
So I come from such a family, but I didn't take up mridangam as a profession. I took up tabla because my passion was always, my love for tabla was always, the first love was always tabla.
Really?
Yes, always, because I was a baby, and my mother used to make me listen to a cassette those days, cassette
Yeah.
of Zakir Hussain ji. So that I used to listen to that every night before I go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
So that made me so attracted towards tabla.
Nice.
So
So,
yeah, that's
when did you realize that tabla was the thing? Like, what age was this?
no. From the beginning, it was always tabla as a first priority compared to mridangam for me. Even though mridangam was just there at home, I
Mm-hmm.
always was fond of tabla. So I used to tell my father, "Get please, Appa, get me a tabla, get me a tabla." And finally, he got me one, and then yeah, I just started to play it. I started, of course, everybody as a child starts to play for bhajans. We used to go to samitis. We were a family, a Sai devotee family, Sathya Sai Baba's devotee. So we used to
Yeah.
go to samiti every Thursday, and I used to play for the bhajans there. So it all began there.
Nice. And
Yeah,
so when did you actually start like officially learning or training with the tabla?
officially, yes. My first guru and Sri Muthu Kumar sir from Bangalore. I
Mm.
started learning when I was about 12 years old. So that was my formal training in tabla.
Formal
Till
training.
then,
Hmm.
I used to just play whatever I can, whatever I knew from mridangam. I used to just play it in tabla. But my formal tabla, the classical learning, started when I was 12,
Nice.
and I was with him for a very long time till I moved to Chennai, because I shifted base and I moved to Chennai, and currently I'm under the guidance of Pandit Ramdas Palsuleji from Pune,
Hmm. Hmm.
a very renowned tabla player.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. So, like, I mean, I think over time, right? Like the tablas, it used to be an accompaniment, but now it's, I don't know, it's become like the center stage for a lot of performances. And who would you like? I know one person I would attribute this to, but who would you attribute this tabla becoming an
Yes,
accompaniment to center
the same
stage?
person that you
Yeah,
think that I wouldn't go to attribute to, the one and only Zakir Hussain ji. Yeah,
yeah,
he's the one who has taken tabla to a whole new level
yeah,
altogether.
yeah.
Um, how it was before, it's not like how it is now. He is taking
Hmm.
it to a whole new dimension,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
opening up so many new ventures, so many new thought of how tabla can be used. Let it be fusion, let it be jazz, let it be um, a symphony orchestra. It's just not a classical instrument. He's just
Yep.
taken it beyond classical. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
always one and only inspiration is Zakir Hussain
Zakir
ji.
Hussain ji.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. I think like even for someone who's not been in tune with music like myself, I know of him. I've heard, I mean, I've watched him live once, and he's just totally amazing. So I think for an aspiring person who's learning tabla, obviously he's the first person you think of, and he's
Yes,
changed the
yes.
world scene for tabla for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Nice. So you talked a little bit about, how he kind of started this whole fusion of, tabla with like Western instruments and mixing up a whole bunch of things. You've done a lot of that yourself. Can you tell us like a little bit more about that?
So this is just taking inspirations from them. They are stalwarts. We are just
Yeah.
absolutely beginners to say in this
Mm-hmm.
field when compared to stalwarts like them. They have just inspired us to work with other musicians. I have the honor of working with Mandolin U Rajesh ji, who's the brother of late legendary U Srinivas ji. So I'm part of his band called the Karmada Band. So we do a
Nice.
lot of shows. So basically, these are all their own counts. Own counts means their own compositions.
Mm-hmm.
So the band consists of a drummer, a bass player, of course, mandolin, tabla, and violin. So
Nice.
yeah. So working with them, working with the Veena maestro Rajesh Vaidya ji, that's another experience altogether.
Yeah.
So I do work with them. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. You've also done some stuff with Stephen Devasey and all these pianists as well, right? Like a fusion performance.
Yes. Stephen Javasi, brother, is very dear to me, and
That's great.
we did quite a bit of concerts together.
Nice.
And Anil Srinivasan ji is another, of
Mm-hmm.
course, a very good pianist who has taken the Indian classical music into a piano, which is somebody which was never heard of before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's done a great job by doing that. Yeah.
Nice, nice, awesome.
Yes.
So you've obviously worked with a lot of very interesting people, and you must have done so many concerts. But what would you say is like one really like unforgettable concert for you, like Marakka Mudiyada or concert?
Maraka Mudia, the thing that I have ever played off is when I got the opportunity to play for Sri Satya Sai Baba.
Mm-hmm.
When he sang a bhajan and I played tabla for
Oh
him.
wow!
That
Wow.
was one thing which I can never forget of. He is my guru, my mentor, everything to me, my lord. So I got the biggest opportunity when I was studying in his college, where
Mm-hmm.
he sang and I played tabla for him.
Wow.
That is my unforgettable experience. Yeah.
That's
Of course,
awesome.
with all these legendary musicians, every concert is unforgettable. But when it comes to when I played Satya Sai Baba, that was something that I'll always be etched in my memory. Yeah.
Oh, that is something really amazing. So many people would have killed for that opportunity, I think, and you got really lucky there. That's awesome. That's great. So Satya Baba College le enna padichinga? What did you study?
So I did my 11th and 12th and my undergrad.
Over there?
That
Nice,
is, I did my economics honors.
nice,
I
nice.
did there.
Finally, we have one non-engineer singer in this happy hour. Like everybody we've talked to so far are all engineers, so I'm very happy to meet an economist and not an engineer. Great.
Oh,
How did you come
please.
about? Sorry?
Don't ask me questions on economics. Sorry, I was
அவ்வளோ நம்மளுக்கே
there
தெரியாது. Don't worry.
just for. I was just there only because it was Satya Sai Baba's college, and I wanted to be there so badly, and it was just for that opportunity where I can be part of his bhajan group and play tabla there. My
Nice,
priority was only tabla, and that's the only reason I went and joined there. I got
nice.
admitted to the university. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, economics pati கேக்குறதுக்கு அளவுக்குலாம் I really don't know anything. So no worries
கேட்டா
there.
அந்த கொஸ்டின் நான் பாஸ்னு சொல்லிட போறேன்.
கண்டிப்பா சொல்லலாம். You've obviously we're really excited to have you at Karnaticon. I know you did a workshop for us very early on, and it was very well received. And tell us a little bit more about firstly how you got connected to Karnaticon, and then secondly, how did that workshop go, and what was your experience? Have you ever done something like that before?
Yes. So first of all, Archana ji contacted me and asked me if I was interested to join. I immediately agreed, and they said let's start off with doing a workshop. So it was first of all very interesting because it was a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And I've been doing about 20-25 workshops in the last 6 months because of the whole lockdown, and I've been conducting a lot of workshops across the world. But they were all elders, they were all intermediate and advanced students. There was never a single batch where it was just kids. So it was a whole new experience for me to not come down, to be in a level where kids will be entertained.
Yeah.
So it was a challenge, but it was very interesting. The kids enjoyed it. We made them say a lot of rhythms and a lot of clapping games and things like that. We made them say the Indian art of Konokol.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I can imagine it's not easy teaching young children at all. What age group were these kids in?
It was below 10.
Oh, wow. And they're all first
10.
time.
Yes, they were all first timers. Of course, they've been learning from Archana ji, but they were all first timers.
Very cute.
To this workshop. Yeah, it was very nice. It was interesting. I had fun. They had fun. Yeah.
Nice. So when a student signs up for your class, what can they expect from a class with you?
Okay, first of all, I need to thank my guru, Sri Muthukumar sir, who has taught me in such a way that it is so very well structured. He not only taught me this art of tabla playing, he also taught me how to teach. So we have a very, very systematic way of teaching, starting from how do you even place the tabla, the drums in front of you? How do you place your hands on the tabla? What is the exact position? And then we start from the basics. We go step by step. So we have two different way of learning. We have one section of what you're going to play and section of how you're going to play. So we give them the practice exercises first, and then we teach them what you're going to play, which are the actual compositions. So it's a very, very well structured way of teaching.
Very
so
cool.
This is what I've been doing for the last 6-7 years at least.
Very cool. So you've been teaching for a while, for the last 6-7 years.
I've been teaching for a while. I was teaching for about 4 years with my guru school called Rhythm Shala. Then due to concerts and things got busy, concert schedules were busy, so I had to move to Chennai. But then I have restarted to teach. I've been teaching for a while now again.
Okay, nice. So how is this whole online? I mean, I've been asking everybody because I feel like music is such a personal thing, and children or whoever it is, they like learning one-on-one in person. How has it been like, this whole shift to being online completely now?
No, I was always teaching online. The moment I moved to Chennai, I always kept my classes to online because I was always traveling. I was hardly there in town. So I didn't have the time to sit in one place and teach for a bunch of kids or a bunch of students. So it was always online. So whichever part of the world that I was in, I used to just log in and teach online.
Nice.
That was my schedule always.
So this is not a new normal for you?
It's not a new normal for me. So in a month, I make sure I teach at least 4 classes. So that's weekly once, at least that much. So wherever I am, I have now that thanks to the technology, we have Wi-Fi everywhere. So So it's not a problem for me at all.
Nice.
Whichever hotel that I'm in, I can teach.
Wow, well, that's dedication, firstly. And do these classes, are they group classes or you take individual one-on-one classes?
I take only individual classes. Mostly it's individual, because people prefer to learn one-on-one.
Yeah.
And in that way, it's better.
Yeah. That makes
If
sense.
it is a group class, then I would prefer it to be a physical class than an
Right.
online class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Um, Going back to like your whole concerts and your performances, I saw something very cool in your bio that said you actually performed at the United Nations. That is very cool. Can you tell
Yes,
us more?
yes, yes, yes. This is again this was with my guru.
Hmm.
This was in 2017. We were touring Europe, and so we got the opportunity to play in the United Nations in Copenhagen.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was Sri Muthukumar sir, myself, and with a santoor player called Kaviraj Singh from the UK. It was the
Hmm.
three of us who performed. Yeah.
Nice.
So it was
And
the first half of the concert was a santoor recital where both of us accompanied,
mhm.
and then it was tabla duet that me and
Oh,
my
wow.
group played. Yeah, yeah.
And the
It was
majority of the
beautiful because the majority of them were all the employees there, and
wow.
yeah, the whole of the a lot of people were there. It was fun playing for them.
That is so cool. Did you get a lot of people come up and just talk to you after the concert? And like, what did they say about Indian music? Were they like
Yeah, they
excited?
loved it. They loved it. They loved it, and immediately we got a chance to play for the embassy
Oh, wow.
in the
Nice.
same tour. Yeah, yeah, we got introduced to the Indian embassy head there, and he invited us, and we got to play another concert
That is so
for the
cool.
same tour. Yeah, that was. So
So
we were
nice.
doing we were doing we were doing Switzerland, Germany, and then Denmark, places like that for that tour.
Nice. Very cool. I mean, obviously, like Cape Cambodia, it sounds really fun, right? You have a cool job, you get to travel all around the world, but I'm sure there's just so much hard work and effort that goes into that. So, like, tell us how hard
Yeah,
is it to
it
be a
looks very
traveling
fancy.
musician? Yeah.
So basically, yeah, it sounds very fancy to say, yeah, brother, I woke up in India, then I had my lunch in Dubai, then I had my dinner in Switzerland. It sounds very good, but it's so hectic to do that. It's
Yeah.
sleepless. You have
Yeah.
so many times we were traveling from east to west, back and forth. There
Mm.
was a time where I was touring with Manlin Rajeshji. We were there in Europe. We had a 20 days tour. We were there in Europe. We played a lot of concerts in Switzerland, Greece, Italy, and we came back to India. And the
Hmm.
very next day, we had a flight. Sorry, very evening we landed in Chennai. Evening we had a flight to Singapore. The next day we had a concert in Singapore with
Oh my
Mandin
God.
Rajesh and Rakesh Chaurasia, the flute player. Uh, Came back the next day from Singapore to India, and again went back to Italy.
Oh my God. First of
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
like
it
the time
was
zones.
time zone. So basically, you don't know in which time zone you're waking up. It sounds very fancy. I have done that. Uh, I was like excited like anybody else. Where
Yeah.
how is it going to be? Like I've heard people saying that, you know what, I had my breakfast here, I had my lunch here, I had my dinner there, I was back in India for next day morning breakfast. Oh, it sounded so fancy to me, and when I actually did that once, oh, please. I never wanted to lose. It was like it's a 24 hours of travel, and you don't know
Yeah.
where you're sleeping, what you're eating. It's not
Yeah.
that you can even eat in peace. It's not
Yeah.
that easy. It's just fancy. That's it.
And in all of this, you still have to perform, and performing is not easy. It requires so much concentration.
Exactly. So coming to a concert point of view, people are giving you your flights, whatever you're asking for, your remuneration, your hotels, everything. They're giving you whatever you ask for. Finally, you have to put up the best show that you can. You can't
Hmm.
go give them a reason that you're tired. So after all this travel, we have to sit and perform. Of course, music has such an energy. It gives us the energy to play on stage. But considering all the travels, the human body gets tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. That can't be
Yeah.
easy at all. It sounds
It's a,
very glamorous.
it's
That's why I wanted
it's
you to
it's
talk.
exactly. It's not that easy. It's very tiring. But when you have the passion for it, then you're beyond this tiredness. Music
Yeah.
takes you, yeah, the moment you sit on stage with your instrument, that energy you get from the audience, the energy you get on stage, the energy you get from the instrument is beyond words. So you
Yeah.
forget that you have actually traveled for 14 hours, 16 hours, and then you're sitting on stage. There were times where we have gone directly from the airport to stage.
Oh,
So
wow.
we just change our clothes backstage, take a quick shower there, and then go on stage. So there
Go
were
straight
times
to
like that.
perform.
But yeah, not just here. Even in India, when we travel, we're always traveling like we,
Yeah.
especially the south of India, we prefer to go by road
Mm-hmm.
because we love to drive. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I love to drive. So a lot of times we have traveled for such a long journey and then just gone to stage directly and perform.
Oh my God.
So yeah, those were the days. But the last 6 months we've been sitting at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's let's just say it's like a good rest period before hopefully things settle down and you're back on the road again. So,
But who asked you for the rest? I never asked. I never asked anybody that I needed to rest.
well, nobody asked for it, but
I
we're
tell
all
I tell
stuck.
everybody the same. Nobody asked for rest. This is my job. My job is not there anymore. I never asked for rest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it must be hard for sure, especially, if you're used to such a like a fast-paced lifestyle and to be sitting at home. How have you
exactly,
coped with that? How
exactly,
have you coped
exactly.
with it?
So yeah, yeah, taking it in a very positive way, you get a lot of time to practice, get a lot of time to
Mhm.
improve on your weakness, and I do teach, of course, so that's taking up quite a bit of time. I've been teaching a lot
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah, yeah,
We have, but the online concerts are slowly coming in. So
yeah, yeah.
we've been performing at least 1 or 2 concerts a month. So
Okay,
that's
that's
okay.
nice. Nice.
So
That's
apart from that, I go to play badminton to just keep myself occupied and to just have my good exercise in the morning. So that's
good,
how
good.
I've been. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we're all trying to find our own schedule, I guess, in this chaos that the whole world is in right now. We've been home for the last 7 months. My dog is like, "Can you get out of the house already?" So,
yeah.
it's been tough for everybody, I guess. But yeah, in terms of like, what would be like obviously there are so many challenges in being in this profession. Like, what is a core advice that you would give to like budding tabla players who are like looking to make this a full-time career? Like, what would you suggest or for them?
Oh, please, I'm not that big of an artist to even give advice. I'm still growing. I'm still in a position where I have a long way to go. I have
Yeah,
no one to give an advice, but I can only tell you that seek inspiration from your elders, from your gurus. Never, um, the guru's blessings will always be there. Keep practicing. That's only way in music.
yeah,
Practice is the
yeah,
only way.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Practice
that's the
for
only
sure.
thing. I have nobody to sit and advise anybody. I
Okay,
have a long
maybe
way to go.
maybe not advice, but like tips on being like a good musician.
Tips ஒண்ணுமே இல்ல. Keep your guru in mind and keep practicing. அவ்வளவுதான்.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. So obviously, இவ்வளவுலாம் challenges இருக்குல்ல to be like a musician. It is a challenging profession. Like, how do you personally like overcome all of this? Like, when you're doing all these, you obviously said your music inspires you. When you're on the stage, you forget about everything and then you play. Then after you're done, how do you regroup and get over all these hurdles and decide, okay, like, no, I'm going to look at this, and how do you overcome all these challenges of being in such a demanding profession?
See, first of all, I completely trust in the Lord.
Hmm.
Okay. So I have surrendered. I just play. It's taking me the way it wants to take me. That's all. I don't overthink. அவ்வளவு think பண்ண அவசியமே இல்ல. You don't have to overthink about where you're going to go, what you're going to do, how is this
Yeah.
going to work for you. You don't have to overthink. Just leave it. Just take it calm. Go with the flow.
Hmm.
That's more than enough, I feel. If you start overthinking, then you will get into depression. Will get into all these unwanted thoughts will come into your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
because the peace of mind, karma, if you just keep practicing and if you just see, first and foremost, the rule is to be humble.
Yeah.
First and foremost. அது இருந்தாலே half the problem of being a musician is solved.
Mm-hmm.
Humility is a hallmark of an artist.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
that will take care of everything. Yeah. All those great legends who have achieved so much, seen so much of success, were all humble.
Mm.
Name it
Very true.
U. University, name it SPB sir, who anybody for that matter, Zakir ji. How many? Name it. They're all so humble. They're all so down to earth. That is
Yeah.
what got them the success. All of them.
Very good. True. Very, very well said. I think எவ்வளவுதான் பெருசானாலும், like if you remember your roots and are true to them and humble, I think it
That's it.
helps a lot for sure. Yeah, we've talked so much, but I want to listen to you play. So can we like get the opportunity
Yeah,
to listen to you
yeah.
play
Sure.
some
I
tabla?
can just. Sure.
Yay!
Mhm.
Oh wow! So Nadula, actually, I think your phone was not no, it was too far. We couldn't hear very clearly Nadula, and then it came on and off. But if we can
Uh-huh.
adjust that a little bit and then hear one more time would be great. Either it was not.
Maybe it
You
was
have your
because of my
headphones?
yeah, I have my headphones on. Can I remove
Yeah,
them?
yeah. We'll try that one more time. Unga kai
Can
like
you hear
the
me now?
speed. I can hear you. Okay. Well, let's
Can you
try a
hear me
little bit.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay. Yeah, much better. Much better.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, perfect. Yes. Wow, so nice. உங்க கை ஓடுற ஸ்பீட்லயே எனக்கு கேட்ச் அப் பண்ண முடியல. I've been always fascinated with like tabla and like tabla players and think that talent is unbelievable. Like it looks so hard to play the tabla. I'm sure all the years of practice obviously helped you learn and get that place, but I don't even know what to say. That was great. It was really good. I have a very lame request, Praveen. When I was growing up, there was one ad which I watched where the tabla was played. We all know that ad. And the tune konjam vasikringla.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I'm not sure. I guess it was this.
Yes. Very nice. Very cool. I think Angada, like that was my first introduction as a child to like what a tabla is. You see that ad like Vataj in the end of it and like you're so fascinated with it.
Yes.
So I was like, எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒரே tabla player நீங்க தான். So I had to ask you to play it. Very cool. Thank you. That was great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we've had a great time today. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and we are really excited to have you on the platform as well. And I know a lot of students are super eager and excited to learn from you. So we'll look forward to more workshops with you, more classes with you, and a long-lasting journey with Karnaticon. So welcome on board, Praveen, and thank you so much for your time today. Thanks. Take care. And have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Bye, everybody. See you next week in another edition of Happy Hour. Bye.
Bye-bye.